Hi, I'm Kalinda, and today I'm talking about how do you know what kind of reflexology session to book. Now, I am actually certified as a foot, hand, ear, facial, and emotional reflexology therapist. So I'm going to go through the difference between all of those sessions and what one would work best for you under what circumstances. So stick with me. Okay, so foot reflexology, if you look at it, the foot is the biggest area. And so with that, it helps us to have understanding because the reflexes are usually protected. They're usually in shoes most of the time. And when we press on it, if there's an imbalance in that reflex, it's larger and it's usually more tender. So we can work with the imbalances a little bit easier in the foot. Now, if you don't like your feet worked on, or if you have an injury to your foot, and let's say you have plantar fasciitis, well, just because your foot is the thing experiencing the symptom doesn't mean that we can't work the foot from either the hand, the ears, or the face. So that is a really hard concept for lots of people to wrap their head around because with plantar fasciitis or any other foot condition, most people have been trained to work right on the spot that hurts. With reflexology, we're able to get those spots from different areas of the body in the case that the foot is too sensitive, you don't like the foot being touched, or whatever the case may be. So with foot reflexology, if you do not like your feet being touched, you can use another modality. But if you have something going on where you're not quite sure, it's always best to start with foot because that gives us a better understanding. Make sense? If I've missed anything in there, just post it in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about that. Now, hand reflexology, a lot of people that have hand conditions like carpal tunnel, or if they got arthritis in their joints, that's when they usually book a hand treatment. But again, the condition, it can be treated from foot, face, ear, or hand. That's not the deciding factor for your sessions, but if you close your fist is actually in the same shape as your heart. So with hand reflexology, the fingers are a lot longer and the fingers are the area that support the brain. So for whatever reason, hand reflexology seems to help relax clients and take them out of the fight and flight sympathetic stage and put them into rest and repair a little bit sooner. It can be because the hand is closer to the heart and the head reflexes. Maybe that's it. It's not really clear on why it happens, but it seems to relax people a lot faster. And in the hand session, it's 45 minutes to an hour, and all the same reflexes are in the hands as are in the feet. So it depends on your comfort level. If you do not like your feet being touched, hand is a fantastic alternative for that. All right. Now, ear reflexology, when we look at the ear, it starts to get more into meridians, and it's more like auricular therapy, Chinese medicine. And because the reflexes are so close to the surface and close to the brain, they're easy to stimulate. So an ear session, because the ears are pretty tiny, they only take 20 to 25 minutes, but we also have ear seeds that we can stick on specific points depending on what your ailments are, which keep that reflex stimulated for up to a week. Now, the seeds are actually on a surgical tape, so they don't come off, and they stick whether you are in water or not in water. So that's a fantastic treatment for anyone that is in a hurry, that is wanting something that will last for up to a week. And when you get your ears worked on, it is the most relaxing thing that you can even imagine. Like, it feels so good. So it depends on what it is that you're looking for. In the ears, again, initially they can get a little bit red. That's nothing to worry about. It's just because the circulation is going through the ears. And it's one of those treatments where the therapist works on both ears at the same time, and so it goes quickly. Now, facial reflexology, again, the reflexes are super close to the surface and they're close to your brain. So when we use reflexology tools, if you've ever seen a reflexology tool for a face, it looks terrifying. They look pointy and sharp, but when they roll over top of the skin, it's super gentle and it is super blissful. It literally makes you feel like stress is melting away. These sessions, they're only 20 to 25 minutes, but you feel spa drunk when it's done. You can literally feel the tension relieve your face. It's been, I've seen many amazing things happen after a facial reflexology session, and it is the perfect treatment for someone that's in a hurry, wants to relax, and wants a therapeutic treatment. Now, again, the reflexes in the face, they correspond to every body part. So if you have an ailment anywhere in your body, there are reflexes in your face that correspond to that. So we're able to work that. Now, emotional reflexology is something that I had developed after I had beat anxiety and panic attack disorders. What it does is, I usually work on the feet, but I can do it on hands or face as well. And I stimulate the reflexes. When I come across a tender reflex, it depends on how long the tenderness lasts. So if it lasts over 15 seconds, then what happens is I go in and I detect an emotion tied to an old memory and release it. As soon as the emotion tied to that memory has been released, the tenderness in that reflex disappears. It is not uncommon for people to look at me like I'm from Mars and be bewildered at how it is possible. In some cases, people have been dealing with a situation for decades and it's able to be released. And it's because the body remembers what the head forgets, and you can't talk out what you can't even remember. Most people forget what happens in a week. 70% of what happens in your week is gone in that week. And when you stretch it out over time, there's a lot of things to forget as we're living life, because we hold on to the things that we want to remember and we try to bury the things that we want to forget. And when we get our stockpile a little bit too big, then what happens is the body responds with pain. So a lot of times after that emotion is released from that memory, the pain goes and you just feel lighter. It is not uncommon for people to come into my clinic looking stressed out and leave laughing and light. And that is what reflexology is all about anyway. It's a way to be able to relieve stress and feel good, increase the circulation, and help you live your best life. So I hope this video helps you decide which reflexology session is best for you. And it doesn't mean if you have one today, another one isn't for you another time. Again, reflexology sessions should be scheduled at least 48 hours apart if you're dealing with something acute. If it's chronic, sessions are recommended once a week until you can stretch it out, the pain has alleviated. And if you're just on maintenance, it's once a month or whenever you feel you need a treatment. Decisions for that are always up to you. Again, if you have any questions, ask in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day.